Hi, my name is Javi Sozi, and I belong to a group of Ugandan bloggers who set up a website called UgandaSpeaks. Our vision is to change Ugandan stories. We want Ugandan stories told and voices heard. In this video, you will see some of the stories of people in Northern Uganda in response to the Kony 2012 video. "9 a.m. We have just set out from our hotel. It's a beautiful morning in Lira, and people are already up and about for work. Our story starts with Action for Development, a local non-profit organization that promotes sustainable agriculture in different parts of northern Uganda through giving seeds to the victims of war.
They took us as far as Awere, and from there, while they were keeping them, we moved them out to look for food.
In 1997, I was abducted by these rebels. So I stayed there for 6 months. And we have done so many things here in the bush. I escaped from the war. So after I came back, I reported in Gulu. But I stayed there for 1 month. Then they took me back home. I went back to school. I got a certificate in agriculture. I got me in action for community development strategy. We are basically working in Northern Uganda. We are now supporting victims of war torture. Right now we are giving them ginat and soya bean.
Bosco Okema is the administrator at Accord. He leads us to one of the beneficiaries of this program, Maurice Okello. Maurice's family is one of the 50 beneficiaries of this program. His wife is one of the returnees of the many abducted women in this region. He is a peasant farmer, and his farm produce has helped him to sustain his family and send some of his children to school.
What he did was actually bad. I've heard where he would even roast people in pots in some other adjacent villages there, capturing small children of ages from 5 onwards. I mean, those were very, very, very bad things, difficult things. What people of northern Uganda need is to rehabilitate them, to give them what can make their life sustainable. Help them with ways to live. I see that's a priority because at the moment Kony is not right here. Either give them seeds as you have been giving, or give them money, or help their children to go to school. Such things, build them schools, give northern Uganda a way of life, because life is now difficult for them. For us, the world can help northern Uganda, or the people who have been affected, to get back to where they were. When we had our animals and so many things, sending children was not a difficult thing to us.
We are headed to INET, African Youth Initiative Network, also a local non-profit organization. With support from the government of Uganda and the United Nations, this organization has helped victims of the war who have been physically and emotionally harmed and are in need of medical and psychological rehabilitation. At INET, we are privileged to meet Evelyn Akulo, one of the victims of the war. Evelyn has received some medical rehabilitation from INET.
To keep facilitating the victims of the war who had sustained numerous injuries during the war, like victims of mutilations, those ones with retained foreign bodies such as bullets or shrapnels or fragments, and people who seriously sustain burns, of which as we talk now they have post-burn contractures, and they have a lot of deformities. Some of them cannot even stretch their arms. Some of them have the webcam, something along the neck, which does not even allow them to turn around. But we are trying to do this because it's helping a lot. It has brought very many victims who had sustained such kind of injuries into shape. At least in a way, it's even trying to fight the stigma.
It's the end of the school term. Evelyn is returning home for holidays. Perfect timing to catch a free ride.
I was very young. I was in primary 4. I saw one soldier holding the gun. The man come tell us, you enter inside, we are going to kill you all in this country. You enter into your house. Then we enter. And then I told my mom, for me I want to go. I want to come out. They will kill me. My mom told me, you don't worry. You be inside, don't mind. He picked the spear grass and he put the matchbox. And then the stick start burning the house.
As we approach Evelyn's village, we meet her mother, Mildred Omara, at a communal market. Apparently, her mother is coming out from a court session. One of my good friends is trying to grab my land. Evelyn's mother narrates as we drive to her home. This is a common scenario in Northern Uganda. There is no proper road to Evelyn's home, so we have to park the car and walk for 15 minutes. It's 6 p.m. and it's threatening to rain. Evelyn gets a warm welcome as we walk through her neighborhood.
When Inet called me, I told them that Evelyn was at Tapoi's house. I requested for Thomas's number so I could call him. I requested, but all was in vain. Fortunately, a good Samaritan gave me a cooker's number, and he said, "Let's help you get your child." I immediately prayed to God to bring my children back to me. I was very thankful. Like this, and this hand of mine is paralyzed. Even if you placed money into this arm, I would not feel anything. This applies to my neck too. Evelyn's arm is also paralyzed. If you could let me put off my shirt, I would show you the scars. With this trauma and suffering that we experienced, it was by God's grace that we survived. My breast was burnt too and sewn together. My back was all burnt. One American woman known as Elizabeth took us to the hospital, and that's when my arm was operated. I was taken to Mulago, and that's when they removed my skin. In another year, I was taken back to Mulago and operated again. They started to remove the skin of the burns and patch my body. My neck was not shaved, so I was taken to Mulago, and I used to do this to straighten my arm.
We are driving to St. Mary's College School, Aboki. In 1996, the rebels abducted 139 girls from this school. Maureen is a former student of this school, and she is leading us to meet Sister Anna Maria, the headmistress. Maureen and Sister Anna Maria take us on a tour of the school.
Oh, yeah. So what you didn't see is this is the Reconciliation Avenue,
Okay.
and that one is the Peace Avenue.
Wow.
We go there and we pray, and this has helped, and also those that were in captivity, because the fact that they knew that in St. Mary's there were all the students that were praying every evening there, they said gave them a lot of courage. And if we believe, we are Christians, believe in the prayer, we know that the prayer is a powerful way of helping people. In 2002, when the rebels came back and the atrocity started again, and that year there was panic. 100 students were transferred, and we remained with very few students. So we had another crisis, and we had to start anew, building up the trust in the parents and in the students that the school cared for them. And it was this. Now we are 347. It is a journey, and we have been always the same. Of course, as administrators, you have to adapt yourself how the children are. For me, if there is no reconciliation, and I feel, because the students teach me, that if we don't invest in this aspect, even Northern Uganda is not going to come out really as a place where it is nice to live in.
Windows were low. So what happened for the other side, the S1 dormitories, they threatened the kids and they just opened. So this side has 3 students. They refused to open, so they just broke the windows, which were very low, and just entered and abducted. Then for the side of the A level, they used to hang maize on the veranda, like the maize harvested from the school garden. So they assumed it was a store. So that's how the A level students survived.
I'm called Maureen Agena, and I come from Lira, the northern part of Uganda. I'm a former student of St. Mary's College, Aboke, and I joined 2 years after the 1996 abduction of 139 girls from the school. I studied here up to 2002, and I faced a lot of challenges personally. We always had interruptions with school, and always went home even ahead of exams. So my reaction to Kony 2012 is that I wouldn't advocate for a militaristic approach of capturing Kony. Well, it's good to capture Kony, it's wrong, whatever he did was wrong, but I think what's more important right now is to build these communities that have been affected by these atrocities, bring services to them, health services, bring water, encourage them to do business, agriculture, and all that kind of assistance. But opting for a militaristic approach will affect more lives. Kony is the least thing that people want to hear about. Kony is the least thing on people's agenda in Northern Uganda. At this point in time, it's reconciliation and peace building.